Hey, good Friday morning, my friends. I'm live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Very interesting weather pattern. Very rarely is it boring, but August and September for meteorology can be pretty quiet. This does not look to be the case. So let's get right on into it and explain to you what's going on. We have a large-scale storm system coming Sunday night into Monday. Now I'm starting to see, and I should have thought about this a day ago, a warm front, maybe an active warm front coming in on Sunday. So I wrote a weekend forecast yesterday and said Saturday will be beautiful, and it will be. It'll be a classic, prime summer day here in Michigan. Get out and enjoy it. Sunday will be beautiful in most places, but that warm front now looks like it's going to come into the southwest part of the state Sunday morning and continue to shift north through the day. So at some point, you could get in thunderstorms, and that's the kind of situation that this storm system would bring severe weather along a warm front. There's shear that develops along a warm front, wind shear, wind switch from southeast to southwest, comes in the heat of the day, things like that. And then the overall steady rainfall kicks in Sunday night into Monday, and that more than likely would not be severe. So here, this says it all. Look at the sunshine today. Not much smoke out there. Work skipper Friday. I mean, tell your boss, text and say, I got a scratchy throat and I don't want to get anybody sick at work. I probably better, quote unquote, work from home. You know where I'm going with that, right? And then you see the storm system off to the west coming out of the Rockies. Hey, good morning, Catherine Cyphers from Grass Lake. Sharon Andreessen, good morning. And Arena from Howell, good morning to you. Hey, Holland checking in. Don't hear from Holland very much. Okay, so let's get to it. We start off with the big picture, the European model. Let me make sure it looks okay for you. And now it does. Okay, so we start off with the big picture. And I'm going to show you 2 to 3 storm systems coming. So again, this is Saturday afternoon. We'll look at it a little closer, but all you need to know about Saturday is bellissimo. Pretty. Very nice. Now, this is Sunday morning, and again, we're going to look at it closer Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. This is Sunday overnight into Monday morning, and there you see the storm system. That's Monday morning. That's Monday morning into afternoon, and Monday afternoon into evening. So, yes, it's going to be a wet one. Once it locks in Sunday night or evening, Sunday night, it'll be wet right on through Monday evening. But look, wait, there's more. Same pattern we're into. We're in the storm track right now. And so next Thursday, Wednesday night and Thursday, here comes another one. And behind each one of these is a little bit of a cool down. And then we go to Saturday, next Saturday. And there's already something building again. So the formula right now is about every 3 to 4 days, a solid rain on the way. Okay, so remember I told you that it looks like the warm front will shift through ahead of the storm system during the day on Sunday. That makes perfect sense. I saw it this morning, and then the light bulb went off. So I'm showing you a model here that shows that active warm front developing. This is a good model, but it's at the end of when it's good. So, models all have a chunk where they're good. This is called the North American model. It's excellent, 12 hours to 36 hours. After 36, it's good, but can be a little off, and that's where we have the thunderstorms coming in about 48 hours. So I like the scenario. I like the fact that I can warn you that you might get stormed on Sunday morning into afternoon in places, and let's get into it here. Okay, so we're looking at the North American model. Yeah, not the European. We looked at the European for the big picture. Now, again, we go into today's beautiful Work Skipper Friday. Katie Barnett, we'll get there right now. What time will the rain be in Muskegon on Sunday? Bear with me just a couple of seconds here, Katie Barnett. And so this is Saturday afternoon. Again, beautiful. Wow, Matt Carter from South Africa. Okay, now we're at Sunday. We're at Saturday evening, and we're still great. See the storms developing to the south? See how they're kind of configured, southeast to northwest? That's a sign of a warm front. This is 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Katie asked about when would rain come toward Muskegon on Sunday. This model shows light rain there. I would say sometime noon to the first half of the afternoon. So this is out at 1 in the afternoon on Sunday, 60 hours out on the North American model. This is where it ends. It only goes out 60 hours for us in this case. And so what you could see is that sometime Sunday afternoon, Grand Rapids, Holland, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Jackson, Detroit, Ann Arbor, first half of Sunday afternoon gets into a line of thunderstorms, and then that will lift north towards Saginaw, Flint, the Thumb, and eventually probably to Traverse City, Houghton Lake, and Oscoda in the second half of Sunday afternoon. Oh, okay. I'm giving it to you all. I mean, the one thing you gotta give me credit for is I don't sugarcoat it. I don't say, I don't want to show you a bunch of squiggly lines because you can't handle it. You can handle it once you look at this enough. So what we're going to look at now is a pattern that does not reek of hot, sizzling weather in the first 2 weeks of August. It reeks of a storm system and a solid rain every 3 or 4 days, a cool day or two after that, and then a very comfortably summery day for a day or two after that. So I don't want to paint the picture that it's a cold forecast, but I definitely want to paint the picture to you that it's not 95 to 100 degrees like we've had in some early Augusts. Okay, so this is the upper air flow. This is the forecast for the next 10 days off of the European. Remember, so we go to right now, the ridge in the south. You've heard about the heat in Texas and Louisiana and whatnot. That's what a record-setting high-pressure hot spell looks like down to the south. Off to the northeastern Canada, there's an upper-level low-pressure system. That's what cooler than normal air looks like in August, and we're in between with a lot of these tight black lines over Michigan. That's the storm track. That's the jet stream that guides these storms through, and we're in it. We're in the highway of storms right now. Hey, good morning, Joe Clark. Mow the lawn on Freeport on Sunday, Tom Ramsey. Early. Okay, so we're at Sunday morning. Notice the bend, the kink in the jet stream. That causes collision in the atmosphere of air, gets the air rising. That's my whole job every day, is figure out if the air is rising or sinking. Rising air makes storms and precipitation. And then here's Sunday night. That's a big kink in the jet stream for this time of the year. Normally they're much smaller than that. So this translates to a widespread, long-lasting, more rain than not rain time period from Sunday night into Monday afternoon or Monday evening, even in the northeast and the eastern part of lower Michigan. Susan Schultz, very good question. Will the rain in Canada stop the fires soon? A pattern like this with an upper level storm system stuck over southern Canada will help put fires out. Definitely. Put them all out? I don't know, because you still have the drought in the western part of Canada and still fires going there. So the rain area has to kind of move around Canada to get them all out. This is next Tuesday. We're in the storm track. And then look at another jet stream bend comes through. Next Thursday, And we go out 10 days and look at another jet stream bend. And now look at this. Just look at this. This is out at August 13th, okay? The hot dome of air has moved back to the west coast, up into Western Canada. There's a hot, what we call a Bermuda high building over the Atlantic, and there's a trough in the middle part of the country. That keeps us on the cooler side compared to normal. Closer look at Sunday into Monday. Okay, this is Sunday afternoon into evening. Now this model is a little slower on the warm front. So it would say that Sunday is dry in Saginaw and the Thumb and Detroit and Ann Arbor. I think we got to use the NAM, and it's a little bit earlier that we get some thunderstorms in the western, in the second half of the afternoon on Sunday. This is Monday morning. This is Monday morning into afternoon. That's rain. You're seeing 1/4 to a 1/2 inch every 6 hours. This is Monday afternoon into evening. Thumb, Saginaw, Flint, Bay City, Northeast, all stuck under the rain through Monday late afternoon or early evening, and then it moves off. Tuesday's a dry day and Wednesday's a dry day, and then here comes the next system on next Thursday. So that's my thesis on that. We're in a fairly stormy pattern. How much? This is the total rainfall out of that Monday system, Sunday night Monday system. I'm going to say everybody's going to have 7/10 to an inch will be a very popular number, and 1 1/4 to 1.5 inches will be certainly possible too, with some isolated 2 inches. And then if we go out 10 days, we do that same thing again about Thursday of next week. Let's see here. Do I have the temperatures for you? I do. And I don't want to paint the picture that it's chilly and cancel any kind of plans. I just want to paint the picture that every 3 or 4 days, a solid 6 to 12 hour stormy period. Okay. Today, we're very warm in the southwest and 70s in the northeast. Tomorrow, we are in the 80s, most areas. Sunday, still looking at creeping toward 90 degrees ahead of the area of storms, which is why we could have severe weather. Monday, under the rain, it'll be in the 70s, maybe in the upper 60s if you're really rainy in the northeast or the Thumb. And this is Tuesday, upper 70s to low 80s. Wednesday, back to the low 80s. Thursday, next storm system in the 70s. Friday in the 70s. Saturday in the 70s to near 80. Sunday, 85. So again, just my point is that, are we going to have super, super hot weather in the first 2 weeks of August? No. And somebody brought up the point yesterday. Well, that means we'll probably be super hot in September. It can certainly happen. We take it a couple of weeks at a time. We don't know when the major shifts are going to happen. Like this heat is backing up to the west and the trough is dropping in the middle part of the country. So the things I'm going to be watching for you. Oh, and I want to share just one thing with you. I just popped this up too, just to see what it looked like based on that warm front. Hold on here a second. It's Friday. So this is the severe weather outlook for Sunday morning into Monday morning. And now the Storm Prediction Center is also starting to latch onto that warm front and the chance of severe weather in the southwest quarter right now. This is a pretty long forecast for severe weather, but we don't like the word slight anymore because most people say slight. Oh, I'm not going to worry about it. But this gives it a better perspective we've found over the years. 15% chance of severe weather within 25 miles of any point in that southwest quarter of the state. 5% chance in the southern half of lower Michigan. 5% we don't worry about too much because we figure that is, an isolated thunderstorm that really can't get put together really well. It can make a wind gust blow a big branch off of a tree or make some hail, But then 15% we start to think, many of us could have some severe weather. So we'll keep an eye on that for you through the weekend. And thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I would appreciate it if you would share this with your friends. Remember, your parents, your mom always told you, make sure you share your toys. Make sure you share your ice cream with your friends. Now we say, make sure you share posts. All right. Have a great weekend. Unfortunately, you'll see me again, but just as a way to keep you updated through the weekend. All right. Take care. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have a safe weekend. Enjoy.